you may prefer to listen to stories for your inspiration. And actually, storytelling is incorporated into body sex when Carlin tells the fuck bar fantasy. So, Carlin, give us some background.
Oh, so the fuck bar started, we were having a workshop. Every workshop had its own energy. And
Mm-hmm,
for whatever reason, this workshop during erotic recess, everyone was very quiet.
mm-hmm,
Everyone was very restrained. It was there weren't a lot of questions. We
mm-hmm,
did the stunt cunt rock and roll part, and everyone was like, okay, not one question, not one anything. And so halfway through, we could tell about half the group had not connected to orgasm.
mm-hmm.
So I looked at Betty and she looked at me. And Betty said, well, I think it's time to tell the story of the fuck bar. And as soon as she said the words fuck bar, it was like everyone's antenna shut up and everyone was like, what? And so Betty started with the fantasy verbalizing it. She said, we're at a circular bar and we're all working girls. And we got them in the pillow fuck position. So that way they're straddling
Mm-hmm.
their vibrator on all fours and we're looking at each other. And that's the fantasy. So the fantasy is we're all sex workers and we're under a bar. So the top of the bar, the table is over our head. It's a circular bar, and we're in this harness, but we can see each other. But any customer that comes up behind us can just penetrate us or play with our pussy, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's like this big bouncer that keeps everyone in line and also lubes us up.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also cleans us out after a customer is done.
Mm-hmm.
So we would start going back and forth. So she would lead with, oh, here comes that customer, Jake. Oh, he's got a really fat penis. Oh, I'm not sure I'm aroused enough for him. And we would just go back and forth with different scenarios. And that was wonderful about the fuck bar. And we would always laugh because I would come in with the dyke and the strap on.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever woman was from the deep south, married for 30 years, all of a sudden would go, oh, and have this huge orgasm. I mean, they're masturbating in the pillow fuck
Yeah.
while we're doing this. And we would be like high fiving, and Betty and I were hysterical. And so the fuck bar became something we would pull out
Mm-hmm.
when the group energy would start to fade, or if we had women that really couldn't connect. And we
Mm-hmm.
wanted them to have that experience in a safe environment. So I recorded the fuck bar,
Mm-hmm.
2 versions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought, let's record the sounds of erotic recess because a lot of body sex is the audio. When you hear a real woman building up to orgasm,
Mm-hmm.
your body follows.
Yes, yes. I have a lot of clients that prefer like hearing it audio, and then it's the voice. I mean, there's some audio stories. There will be a male voice or a female voice or an accent or some sound effects, like the slap after a spanking,
Mhm.
or a zipper, or something that just really ignites your imagination. So exploring audio erotica can be very helpful too, and you may find that might be just for you. So, in addition to listening to the fuck bar and erotic recess, you'll be exploring one of the audio erotica sites called Dipsy, and that was formed by 2 women. And again, it's a subscription site, but we have a free way for you to explore on your own to see whether or not this is for you.
Most of my clients, I give them a whole like laundry list of fantasy links. And most
Mhm,
often, I would say 85% connect to the audio erotica because you can have it playing in the background.
mhm,
And then you can start touching yourself and doing a vulva massage. Then it can go into a rock and roll. So it keeps us going
mhm.
longer. And sometimes we need to start learning how to fantasize. And when we're not there yet, when we have the audio behind us, it's like the starting point. And it's like it piques our interest, it keeps the mind focused, we stay with the body, and then we go longer.
You may have to listen to 2 or 3 stories, because Carlin and I both find the stories on Dipsea tend to be just a little bit too short. So just plan in mind, some of them are in a series, so you can listen to part 1, part 2, part 3, but don't expect like that you're going to be able to listen to a 12-minute story. Yeah.
Yeah, because most of us, we need 14 minutes for the first small orgasm and 28 minutes for the full body. So you
Hmm.
really want to, because they're like 10 minutes. So you really need three. So the series might be a good way to start. That's
Right.
my only criticism of Dipsy is they're kind of
Hmm.
over as we start getting turned on.
Yeah.
But you can also just hit, play and choose another one because remember, we can't lose our erection. So
Right.
you can take a 10-second break if you feel your body building up, put on a second fantasy, right?
Yes.
You're not going to drop down. You can keep going.
If you can pace it out too, one for vulva massage, and then, you don't orgasm during the first one. No, 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 no. You're not
You
allowed.
can't. You're not allowed.
Yes. And then you put on the second one, and then you can take an orgasm if you're ready, and then have a third one there for, next level.
It's all wonderful and it's all there for you. And really, pleasure, orgasm is adult play.
Yes.